This poem is called The Flood in 3 parts. First, the girl. My city is drowning. That isn't a metaphor. Not drowning like there's too many people with too little to eat or too much weed smoke from the side streets. Not too many barefoot children or too much alcohol in our systems. Not too many people in prison or sweet talkers on television. No, the water is coming. Alexandria is finally swallowed by the sea, joined its sister cities, all its histories underwater. The Mediterranean is a graveyard. All the cities it has taken constellation tombstones on the seabed, and the delta has sunk. Our V-lined, lifeline, flat-lined, lost to the storm. The massive square lands, shades of endless green, have been ripped and bleached. Succumbed to unrelenting salt, I felt the death in my womb. My city is next. The shoreline bares its teeth at our gates, and for the first time we turn our backs to the river we have clung to, look to the desert to save us, look over our shoulders at everything we have ever known. I can already see it underwater. My lungs are swimming as the water edges closer to all my homes. Our history, graffiti, columns, and calligraphy cannot contain time. Our ceaseless, needless traffic, our car horn cacophony, our music booming, battling from every crevice, the streets we shook with voices shouting indignation. They tell me sound does not travel the same underwater. Can you imagine a Cairo quiet? Still, the only movement, the passing current, and the crumbling city without a heartbeat. After it is all over, we will have never existed. We were never here. Second, the city. Humans don't seem to understand that in every one of us they build, it is always fire or flood. And I don't know whose was the first flame thrown on the pyre, if it was match or blowtorch or neglected cigarette, but this fire they have made of me has been flaming too long, has destroyed too much, it has made me hard. They do not know that they have made of my soil clay cracks, my earth barren ashes. They have irrigated me with each other's blood and acted surprised when the fruit they forced me to bear burst bitter on their tongue. Steel grows skyward as shattering trees. My sun blisters, corrodes what it sees. My air breathes calluses on the insides of bodies, and into the fire they feed. They have called me Bahira, both victor and oppressed, but if they could see my earth scorched, they would know it is not me who oppresses. See, I am made in their image. It is not a coincidence that I match the color of their skin brown. They have made me hard. They have left me burning and yearning for the flood. By my road they have raised skeletons and called them buildings. Endless ugly red brick with nothing inside gray. It is a study in the forever empty. Looking out into a whirling world soon to be suffocated under the water's surface are window frames with no glass. No child will ever hold on to them and call out to a friend. No clothesline hung heavy will ever catch the wind. No one will ever make love behind these walls. Skeletons. So much of the city will be cemetery before it is ever home. I look to the east, to a man on a rickety plastic chair who faces a garden. His skin is browned, parched, cracked. It matches my soil, sucked dry, exhausted. As the lines on his face etch deeper, he parts parched and peeled lips, falling apart to tell me not to worry. It is already too late. The salt had sent for him and for me long before the water ever started moving. They say their crying is cleansing, and what are tears but only salt water, so drown me, that I might find in the sea a new beginning. Underwater I will tear myself apart, collapse in the salt, brick and glass, steel and asphalt, let them crumble, and to my next birth be midwives. God, let me be a softer earth next time. Third, from the flood. Their streets greeted me with upturned eyes and outstretched palms. They opened themselves up to me, called me, beckoned me, and held me in every crevice they could offer. No lover has ever been this welcoming, and I have never taken a place so willing to die.